नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विशेषणादि पाश्चात्य. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. This year we are celebrating your 124th Vyas Puja in a very different way. To be more precise, we are forced to celebrate in a very different way, locked down at homes, as the world continues to fight with one of the most deadliest virus. But the Vedic literature seems to have a different opinion about what the most deadliest virus is. As Bhagavad Gita claims in 13th chapter, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshana Eta Jnanam Iti Proktam Ajnanam Yadatoyata. So the cycle of birth, old age, disease, death is considered to be the most deadliest virus. Dear Srila Prabhupada, you not only exposed this deadliest virus of repeated birth and death to the Western world, but by the vaccine of Leela, Guna, Rupa, Nam of Krishna, you created a revolution in the life of the most impious people. When the most advanced civilization of the West was creating nothing but hippies, but you were able to convert them into happies. This reminds me of one of the conversation in 1972, July 29 in Scotland, where reporters were addressed by you and you were appreciating their advancement in terms of cities. So you have a very good number of students, nice facilities, nice infrastructure, nice education system. And everybody, all the reporters were saying, yes, Srila Prabhupada, yes, yes. But at the end, you looked straight into their eyes and said, then why you are creating so many hippies? Your journey to the West reminds me of a very wonderful sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, which goes something like this. Tadvaga visargo janataga visplavo yasmin pratishloka avadvayatyapi namani antasya shokitani yad shunvanti gayanti grananti sadhava. The literature, which is full of description of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, and pastimes of the Supreme Lord, directed towards bringing about a revolution in the life of the impious people of the misdirected civilization. Such a transcendental literature, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. I have been reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit since a long time, and your life is a great inspiration in my life. What inspires me the most that your every action, gesture, word, talk, and everything is just filled with so much of bhakti and the mood of servant. At the end of my offering, I would like to quote one pastime which inspires me a lot. Once one of the guests gifted little Saraswati, which happens to be the first kid in our Krishna conscious movement, daughter of Malti Mataji and Shyam Sundar Prabhu, with a 6-inch murti of
Bro, your voice went away. Akshay bro.
very cost to Srila Prabhupada, and she was searching everywhere. So very special.
Akshay bro, you're on mute.
Haribol, I'm audible. So when I got mute, which part?
When he started that pastime, first kid of his call.
Yeah, so Saraswati was gifted with a very costliest gift. So Srila Prabhupada hid that gift, and Saraswati was looking everywhere. And Prabhupada actually had that gift with him, and he was making Saraswati go around here and there. And Saraswati was searching for Krishna. Krishna has gone. Krishna has gone. Then Srila Prabhupada pointed that's the mood. That is the mood of Goswamis. They were never satisfied what they have it. They were always telling that where is Krishna, and they never claimed that they have the Krishna with them. And the devotees around, they gave a hint to Saraswati that okay, Saraswati, who has Krishna? Then Saraswati reminded, yes, Prabhupada had Krishna. So thank you very much. This was a short offering from my side. On this Vyas Puja, I would like to pray Srila Prabhupada to bless me so that I can accept what he has taught and I can preach with best of my capacity. Your aspiring servant, Lakshay. Thank you very much.
Hi, Paul. Vijay, you're on mute.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Akshay Prabhu, for wonderful offering and with very nice pastime of Prabhupada telling about it. That pastime is not only just telling an incident, but it is telling the philosophy also that Krishna can be obtained only by the mercy of a pure devotee. So pure devotee and Acharya has Krishna. If you want to get Krishna, you have to go to an Acharya. So thank you for this nice offering. I think everybody else was there yesterday. We heard their offerings. So we'll start our 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita today. So this chapter is called Dhyana Yoga. So a little recap from 5th chapter. So here if you see, here it is written, Ashtanga Yoga, a mechanical meditative practice, controls the mind and the senses and focuses concentration on Paramatma, the super soul, the form of the Lord situated in the heart. This practice culminates in Samadhi, full consciousness of the Supreme. So we see that we discussed that detachment comes to the person who understands that I am not autonomous in my actions. I am dependent on Krishna for my every action, performance of action also, for that action to get sanctioned. And we close the window. And also on the for getting the results of our activities, for that also we are dependent on Krishna. So then when one understands that, one can detach oneself from the fruitive mentality of this world. So one has to understand that without Lord's sanction, I cannot do anything. So Jiva, as we discussed, that he only desires, but super soul, he verifies, he sanctions based on desire and deservation of the Jiva. Whether this Jiva is desiring this, desire is already understood by Paramatma, but what he deserves, that also super soul checks, and then he sanctions. If the super soul understands that it is there, it deserves that, he sanctions. And then material energy, after receiving super soul's order, she, through the 3 modes, she fulfills the desires. So in this way, we could understand that there are so many doers. Krishna is the ultimate doer, and there are so many other doers also. So our credit in that is only little insignificant. So, but at the same time, we understood that we are responsible for our desires. So for any activity, we are responsible. Also, we discussed that one who purifies his vision and activity by Nishkam Karma Yoga can make further advancement